Chest on his right. Hey, hold up. Don't start a fight. He's got you covered with all the sports. Don't fret, he's wearing shorts. It's time for Wake and Jake in the morning. Wake and Jake at night. Jake sucks.
Oh, sweet child o' mine. Where do we go now? Good afternoon, Bakers, as we come live from the Roosevelt Studios in the Bronx, RSVLTS, on World Series morning. Wow, how about it? Dodgers, Rays tonight. We'll talk a little bit about that at the end. Go check out Talking Baseball. We did a little bit of a dive on it. Couple hot boys on the bump tonight. Glass and Kirsch. Couple guys that have been bad in the playoffs. How about that? Before we get there, producer BBD, myself, Talking Jake. Hope you guys are having a good Tuesday. Oh, my God. It is Tuesday, huh? How about that?
Everyone enjoy your bad day.
Big time. And yeah, we're a little later than we normally are. Saving ourselves a little bit. Going to be some late nights. We will be going live for the World Series games. I think we're going from the main channel. Might get rowdy in there. We'll see what's going on. Hopefully it's a good game. And if you guys don't know, we're heading down to the World Series in Arlington at the end of the week. We fly down Saturday. So
morning.
we'll be here. We'll be in Roosevelt Studio all week, and then we'll be down there. So I guess that was a little catch-up, and I guess I had time to catch up because there's 2 games from last night and then one other side topic, all really football, before we talk a little World Series in a bit. But as we do on this show, we start off with the game of the night. Thank you, Zendino. And the game of the night, well, flip a coin, and one of the games was a blowout. So we're going to Buffalo. BBD's Buffalo Bills. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. And it's ugly in Buffalo. It's raining. It's pouring. The old man, stop. That's not fun. That's not entertainment. Bills go up 3-0. Tyler Bass field goal. Yep. You got it. And then Mahomes to Kelsey. We've seen that a lot. Kelsey looked great last night. They were doing those, when they showed the players, they had the cartoon drawings of them. Mm-hmm. Kelsey's looked pretty good, so that was cool. Joe Buck was talking about that. Joe Buck calling, 9 games in 10 days or whatever it is. Cool. Good for you. Give some other people a chance. I don't know. Whatever. Stephon Diggs with a really nice sideline catch. Buffalo goes up 10-7. Kelsey, again, before the half, it's 13-10 and kind of an ugly first half. And then the Chiefs pounded the rock. How about defense and running the ball from the Kansas City Chiefs? Not what you think. You normally think of that Mahomes guy. Darrell Williams, sure. You'll be buried on the depth chart soon. You know, they just added Le'Veon Bell. 13-yard run, it's 20-10. Harrison Butker field goal. Harrison Butker, another field goal. I think he missed one, too. I had my buddies complaining about a missed over. Buffalo gets back in this game. Cole Beasley, touchdown pass from Josh Allen. Bills come up short. Kansas City wins this game 26-10. Nice road win in the NFL. They're 5-1. They bounce back. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. How about 161 on the ground? Does that do something for you? It should. What's their total rushing yards? 245. The Chiefs. The Chiefs. They're supposed to be the best passing team in the league. Oh, it's a little Seinfeld, not Cowherd. So they pounded the rock. They were dominant. There was a nice 4th and 1. Mahomes was on the sideline, and he dodged getting hit, and the Bills didn't hit him because he's a quarterback, so then he, went backwards and went upfield. It was 4th and 1. They wouldn't measure it. Andy Reid wanted them to measure it while he came up with the play. Doesn't matter. They handed it off. That was the rushing touchdown earlier. Chiefs win 26-17. This, in a way, isn't an impressive win. The Bills go to 4-2. It's in Buffalo, but you're like, Mahomes, light it up. This is an impressive win, man. They pound the rock. God, 245 yards on the ground. Pretty nuts. They control the possession. They, everyone looks at Mahomes in the passing game, but this is a really good football team. And Mahomes in the passing game lets them rush it, so sports a little bit there. Chiefs win 26-17. Game of the night. Okay game. 5 p.m. start. A little bit by default game of the night.
Something had to be it.
Yeah. And it's not bad. Josh Allen, 122 yards. He's the pumpkin popped a little bit. We talked about that.
His post game he talked about. He's like, yep, that's on me.
Yeah.
I didn't play well.
He handled it well. That's what you want to see from your quarterback. I got a little bummed out yesterday, man, watching post-game pressers because it's kind of the same thing. And it ties into Kyler Murray, so we'll get there in a second. But post-game press conferences are just so the same thing over and over. Kyler Murray's press conference was very much, yeah, we won, I enjoyed it, but it was the team win. And it's like, God, how many times do I have to hear a quarterback say that? Chiefs win 26-17. Let's go to the other football game, BBD, and crank it out. Little banger in the mouth early this AM. And the other football game was Cardinals-Cowboys. How about it, Cowboy? Jerry's World, Andy Dalton taking over. Dak lost his money. Oh, boy. Dak might have made some money last night. Because the Cardinals opened up a can of whoop-ass. That phrase hasn't been cool in closer to 2 decades than 1. But we have fun with it. BBD, it's scoreless through the first quarter. Okay. Go Cowboys. Cardinals hang up a 21 spot in the second quarter. Kyler was really good in this game. Not necessarily throwing the ball. He had a couple missed throws. Kenyon Drake broke one late for my fantasy team. And he was just consistent the whole game. Edmonds has been good for them. They had the big play to Nuck. DeAndre Hopkins late. The Cowboys stunk, man. The Cowboys stunk big time. Zeke had 2 fumbles. Dalton looked like bad Andy Dalton, which is not a fun watch. Gallup dropped a pass in the end zone. And it just got ugly, man. And this Cowboys defense is garbage. Garbage. They're setting records garbage. So Cowboys lose 38-10 at home. The Cowboys have gone down 2 scores in every game they've played in. There was that really nice pass to Christian Kirk early on in the game. We just showed that on the YouTube and the Scope and the Facebook. So that's where we show it. Sorry, podcast app. Man, Cowboys, so many question marks right now. Dak, A, I think you're going to have to pay him. You just have to. B, Mike McCarthy. I mean, I like that hire. I thought it was safe. I like when coaches get second chances. And, he was pretty good at his first stop. You could point to Rodgers, and Rodgers is doing some of the same stuff. Man, that looks horrible, and yet they are still first place in the NFC East. So, Cardinals win, a nice win. They go to 4-2. Kyler Murray, former Oakland A's prospect, brings them to 4-2. I think he's 7-0 in Jerry's World or something around those lines, which is kind of cool. He's from Texas, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, that's kind of the football recap from last night. Zeke, a couple fumbles, that blew it, and then Dalton stunk, Gallup stunk, Cowboys stink. BBD, what's up, dude?
Heyo.
What's up, Buggy?
Yeah, the Cowboys are very bad. I see it now.
Big time.
I've asked the last couple weeks, what about them is so bad? It's it's the whole defense.
Yeah.
Dummy. The whole defense
Entire
is really bad.
defense.
That the Kenyon Drake run, I was just like, what the hell was that? He made a cut.
Yeah.
Gone. Nobody in frame with him. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
It's they're really bad. There was now that week 6 is over, I think this morning somebody put out one of the charts for offense and defense ratings or whatever. I don't know. I never actually look at what each axis means.
A chart. You saw a chart.
I think Pennick retweeted it or something.
Okay.
So that's how it came onto my radar. Talking Giants.
Perfect.
But somebody said, like, yeah, I mean, depending on how you want to interpret this graph, the 5 worst teams in the NFL are the Jets and the entire NFC East.
Yeah.
It's like, matches the eye test.
Yeah.
They're all so bad.
God. It's so bad.
And, like, I don't know outside of those teams which, like, another team I can name that's that bad.
That's that bad, yeah.
Like, Bengals, by reputation, you kind of expect them to
Bengals.
win bad, but they have Joe Burrow. They're building stuff.
I guess the Texans kind of pop up, but they
they've
still
now
have Deshaun
played well
Watson.
twice in
yeah.
a row after dropping Bill O'Brien, so...
That's crazy, man. Yeah, and I know the NFC East plays each other this week, so that'll be interesting, kind of, to a degree.
I'm, like, excited for Giants-Eagles Thursday night because, there's no World Series game, so I can watch it. I'll root for the Giants. But then I can also find out pretty immediately if the Giants are going to do some weird stuff. If they lose, then, like, oh, we're done. I can root for tanking and, like, not care at all anymore.
Let's see.
If they win, then they're a half game out of first.
How about this, BBD? We got an extra minute or two, because that is the sports news from last night. The only other news is Tua is named the starter in Miami. That's kind of fun. They've been playing good football. He got some action last week. Fitzpatrick's been fun. They are 3-3. They're 3-3. They're second in the AFC East. So if Tua's got a little magic, that'd be fun.
He can do it at all.
Bills, Dolphins, Pats, Jets in the East. Chiefs, Raiders, Broncos, Chargers in the West. Steelers, Ravens, Browns, Bengals. Browns are 4-2. Bengals are the only bad team in that division right now. Titans, Colts, Jags. Jags and Texans are both 1-5. So them and the Bengals,
Falcons
they
find
probably
ways
got
to
an argument.
lose.
Yeah, the Falcons is tough for me because they've played close games.
They've
and
had big
They
leads
have
in,
Matt
like, 3
Ryan
games.
still, who I know Matt Ryan's not special, but he can still be good.
His numbers this week were good. I mean, that's also, like, how much do numbers matter?
Bears are 5-1, but they feel like they stink. That's such a weird one. Vikings are 1-5, but they feel good. NFC East is terrible.
Last few years of the NFL, it's been hard to, like, come up with a comprehensive list of who's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's the sick part that usually aims to the quarterbacks. I mean, the Packers are normally there. They had a couple down years where Rodgers was meh. The Seahawks, I feel like they're always pretty good. Russ. I don't know.
Expect Saints them to be in the playoff picture.
Saints are usually pretty good if Drew Brees is doing his thing. That's kind of the NFC teams. Patriots, but they're in a new world. Chiefs are now kind of what the Patriots were. And then the Steelers, man. I did this the other day, but the Steelers deserve a little more love. They're 5-0. They almost made the playoffs without Big Ben last year, playing Devlin Hodges and Rudolph, the guy Myles Garrett tried to kill. And now the Ravens are still really good. I mean, they're 5-1. Lamar's nasty. And the Titans are trying to enter that conversation. They're 5-0. Rabel's doing some cool coaching things. He intentionally threw another player on the field to get a 12-man on the field penalty to stop the clock because he knew they were going to score. So that's kind of the football recap. Go check out Tua. Go check out a sloppy NFC East this week. We'll maybe towards the end of this week we'll preview the weekend a little bit. Again, we're entering a new sports world. So that's the football and that's the sports today. I do think we'll talk a little World Series in a minute because we do have a segment called What to Watch tonight.
I do have another note on there that we didn't talk about pre-show.
No.
That I will want to talk about when we get to that portion.
We will talk about that later. All right. So that's the sports for today, which leads us to our comment of the day. Every day, I ask you guys, the Wake and Jake bakers, to bake the algorithm. Bake the algorithm. What's that mean? Leave a like. Leave a review. Leave a comment. Share with a friend. Rising tides raise all ships. So if you didn't understand any of those phrases, I kind of get it. But, yeah, wherever you're watching, Facebook, YouTube, appreciate you guys a lot. The views have been great. Baseball Company World Series kind of adds up a little bit. Couple comments that jumped out. Ironhead Villalobos said, Turner's double play needs a breakdown. Guess what? Good news for you. Click over on the channel. It's there.
Had broken down.
Yeah, it's breaking down. And then I saw Back to Orthodoxy said, Urias is so clutch. For now, just be careful. Just be careful. I like Urias. But we're going into the World Series time, and this is where this Dodgers team, this is where your bread gets buttered or you get hated. So, Urias, be good this World Series. Otherwise, everyone will forget the NLCS.
Otherwise, they will give up something of value for Chapman.
Ooh, here we go. Teaser.
You've fully talked me into that.
Taster. Save some money. I don't know. We'll see. So, yeah, we had a lot of comments yesterday. Really appreciate it. Good stuff. Some Yankee fanboy stuff. Someone compared BBD to a ghost due to your pale complexion.
What did I wear yesterday? I was wearing a dark navy blue. Every time I wear the dark colors.
Okay. That's interesting.
Usually it has to be black. I got it opening moments of today's show.
Okay.
I don't care. I know I'm pale.
You're pale. That's
fine.
okay. It's okay. I'm sure.
I get the comment when I wear black.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
In real life, I don't think it looks as bad, or I can't see me in real life. So.
Ooh, heavy. And maybe that leans into the ghost thing. So thank you guys for leaving comments. I usually look good with pastels. Good pink, purple. My skin tone. You guys are probably over that by now. I'll never be. This is my life. So thank you guys. Leave a comment. Leave a review. Sports or jokes. That's kind of what we're about. Comment of the day. And that leads us into the Bro of the Night. The Bro of the Night today is brought to you by Jomboy Media. Come watch live with us tonight. Go get something from the store. We're going to be having fun with this World Series. Then we're going to mentally turn our brains off for a week or so, and then we'll be back in it. So enjoy it with us.
The World Series preview came out yesterday.
Yeah.
You got all of today leading up to game time to listen to that.
Talking baseball.
Game will be later. We're streaming.
We're doing a pregame show later, so go check that out. Play it again.
Baseball.
I love that music in the background.
I heard that song being used
So
in
good.
a different commercial during one of the football games yesterday, and it took me by surprise.
That's so good. The Bro of the Night is someone who stands out. It's a standout performance of such. We leave it open that you could kind of spin it different ways. Kenyon Drake with the big day. He could get it. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Couple running backs with big performances last night. How about Budda Baker on that Cardinals defense? Budda Baker, 11 out of 10 name. I want to say he's a UCLA guy, BBD. How about that? There's certain guys that their draft combine performances stand out in my head because I'm a sick puppy. My Bro of the Night, BBD, is going to Cliff Kingsbury, the head coach of the Cardinals, who are now 4-2 with Kyler Murray. They went out, they got their guy. They play in a tough division, man. Niners, Rams, Seahawks. They're 4-2. Their offense looks pretty good. Their defense looks really good. And they brought in defensive coordinator Vance Joseph, which, hey, maybe he deserves some credit from my Denver Broncos. The Cardinals look good. I was very harsh on the Cliff Kingsbury hire. He wasn't great at tech, and people had a lot of excuses. But my thing was, even in the realm of Texas Tech, he was a bad coach. Like, the 4 previous coaches before Kingsbury were better than him. And it's just kind of facts. And then I think I kind of leaned into it with my hunch that good-looking people get more breaks in life. He's hot. He's hot. I mean, that shot from the NFL draft, his house looks like a porno house. He's hot. It's really cool. He's got the Cardinals playing well. And the counter that I heard during the Kingsbury argument that I didn't really have a counterpunch to, and I think is right. Offensive coordinators are so sexy. Because I said, if you're the Cardinals, why not hire Kingsbury to be your OC? Like, he wasn't a great head coach at Tech. That's just the facts. And the counter to that is that if you're a good offensive coordinator, teams will hire you. Like, offensive coordinators are more sexy than defensive coordinators, just the way the game is played now. So what they basically did was hire Kingsbury as the head coach to be the offensive coordinator so they don't lose him. And what I love, which they did, is they brought in Vance Joseph, who was the Broncos head coach. So you've got another guy that's almost a head coach of sorts. He coaches the defense. This is my defense. Picture it, remember the Titans style if you got to do that. But I think it's a good way to run a football team, have the head coach, but, split it up, different sides. And it's working for Arizona right now. I guess the counter argument for that would be, when it doesn't work, you've got two head coaches that hate each other and are fighting for power. But for now, it's working. I gave Cliff a lot of crap on the interstate, and right now he's looking good. So Cliff Kingsbury gets my bro of the night. Beavers?
So far, so good for him.
Yeah.
Can't hate it. It's become kind of and maybe it's kind of always been this way, but I've noticed it more in recent years where, you hire a young head coach who, is inexperienced.
Sure.
And you bring in, experienced assistants.
Rams
Maybe that's kind of
did
always
that.
been the same thing.
Rams
Giants did it with Joe Judge, and they have Jason
Giants.
Garrett, who stinks.
Oh, my God.
But they did it.
They did
So
They did it for sure.
it's the model.
They did it for sure.
See it in baseball a little bit.
Yeah. Young is cool.
Yeah, young is cool. You want that to be the face of your team.
Yeah.
And if you have guys around them that can help, it's kind of nice. My bro of the night, same game. I almost went with going for a player who played on the Cardinals. Buda Baker's interception was cool, and he's good, and I kind of didn't know that much about him, and I did a little deep dive yesterday. Washington, by the way.
Washington. Damn it. News Pac-12. News Pac-12.
Kind of a cop-out. My bro of the night is Dak Prescott.
It's not a bad one, Beavers.
Because his stock's rising without having to do anything anymore. He's hurt, which is really bad, but surgery, I think, went well and everything. Hopefully, I don't know. I assume he's going to be good for the start of the season. You'd rather ankle than whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Should be fine. They need him. Turns out not that many people are good at quarterback. And he's one of the people that, probably is.
Yeah. And I
see what the injury does.
I think everything I've heard, I heard the surgery went well. I've looked into some of the NFL cap stuff, which, again, not as sexy, but I think Dak either wants a 2-year big payday because that's when the TV contract comes up, so he would be able to get an even bigger payday, or he wants to get like Mahomes, which...
Yeah, fully long-term.
I understand if you're the Cowboys, you're like, we can't Mahomes him. And then do the short term. Screw it.
Give him big money for 2 years.
Keep him in-house.
If it turns out the injury lingers, well, and it's over soon enough. Makes sense.
Andy Dalton stinks. So that's a good bro of the night. It was, I had the tweet out, and it was a little, I don't know, bad sports radio, but last night was a decent night for Dak. Cowboys looked so bad. So bad. So, those are your bros of the night, brought to you by the Jomboy Media Store, brought to you by Jomboy Media Comment, brought to you by BBD and myself. Yeah. So that's it. And BBD, this finally brings us normally kind of a throwaway segment, but today it's a big one, and the chat has been talking about it all day, and I get it. Baseball company.
Baseball's hot in the streets.
Baseball's hot in the streets, and it's game 1 tonight. Tyler Glass now for the Rays. Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers in Arlington. Dodgers are the home team. I think they are the favorite tonight and the favorite in the series. BBD, you got anything exciting about this game? I mean, I know we're going to be talking about it a lot on different forums, but please.
Well, the exciting thing that I think we'll have an answer to pretty soon is the Wander Franco thing.
Yeah.
Because he posted the picture of his jersey with the World Series. Pat, is he going to be on the roster? I guess we'll find out in the next 3 hours or so. But it's interesting. He's been on most lists the number 1 prospect in baseball for a couple years. Very highly touted.
Yeah.
He's like one of the ones that around baseball people have heard about this guy. Not that many prospects get talked about.
Right.
On a big
Yeah, he's
level.
number 1.
He's been number one, I think, the last 2 years on most of the major lists. It's exciting. I don't know what the plan is.
Yeah, I saw it circling around, and
I knew he was on the travel roster.
I think travel roster gets jerseys. I saw that tweet.
I guess he's there. They're bubbled him,
which makes sense. But yeah, I mean, at the same time, it'd be a hell of a flex, and we've seen teams do that before.
This year has been a few debuts in the playoffs.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, it'd be a power move by the Rays. That'd be pretty wild.
At minimum, I think he is really fast, so pinch runner stuff.
Yeah, and we've seen that, and we've seen that in World Series before. That would be wild. I would love if the Rays did it just as let's get weird. Let's scare the Dodgers. That would be pretty Rays. I'd enjoy that. Stakes they're high. Wait for it.
Stakes they're high. I enjoy them.
It's fun, man. I mean, Glass now feels like he's starting, which should be an impressive career. He's been bad in these playoffs. He's been bad in the playoffs. He's a two-pitch pitcher. Interested to see what that looks like. Rays can empty their pen. Dodgers, it's Kershaw. He had 5 good innings and then 1 terrible inning last start. I wonder if they shorten his leash a little bit. I wonder if he's rolling. Go watch it. World Series Game 1. The building and the fans in Texas have been pretty good. The environment feels good. It's World Series baseball. These teams do have some connections from front offices and stuff. There's a lot of talent. David and Goliath, blah, blah, blah. Kind of get over that. Rays are just really good. I think the Dodgers are better. I think this series is going 6 or 7 for sure. But tune into the baseball tonight. Tune in to the Talkin' Baseball pregame show. We'll be going live with that about 3 hours before the game. We've got the Talkin' Baseball series preview out on everything. Go check that out. And we'll be going live for games 1 through 3, and then we'll be at game 4. So excited to recap it with you guys tomorrow. Bake the algorithm. We appreciate you guys. World Series. Fall Classic.
Here.
They say. Enjoy the baseball. Watch it with us. Appreciate you guys. A little afternoon bake. How about that? Go Dodgers or go Rays. Dodgers in 7.
You got choices.
Dodgers in 7. Rosarena.
Jake sucks.